Very, very warm conditions. So both players are going to have to patiently get about their business. That's a great way to start, though.
Not very patient, but it was didn't have to be. It
And
was
out one
the
love.
right moment, really, to try and take it in. See, there's a little bit of wind around. You can see with the skirt
Stroke to
of
Khafagy.
Hany.
And out 1-0.
Still very hot, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's stifling heat. This has certainly been one thing about what this incredible dynasty of Egyptian squash has created.
2-1.
It's meant that there's been a lot more tournaments obviously played here outdoors in very hot conditions since a long time.
We're still at 30 degrees here, Johnny, as well.
3-1.
It's going to cool down a bit. 26 degrees around 9 o'clock. The sun just setting on this beautiful court here.
Down.
And he just
4-1.
making a few unforced errors, which is allowing Khafagy just to skip away here. Certainly when you're the higher ranked player, you're very appreciative of getting those sort of freebies, but that's a good finish again.
Thank you.
She just takes it in, doesn't she? She doesn't hold back.
And out 2-4.
Like most of the Egyptian players, really.
No, it's exactly their culture. It's on the roads. We see it every day. It's just
no fear.
No fear, and go after what you want aggressively.
Walk in the middle of the road.
Down. 3-4.
First rally where there was just a bit of line play, a bit of trading at the back of the court.
Down.
But the ball's going in, Parky. It's sitting nicely in those front corners on those volleys.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty true court, doesn't it, Johnny? Maybe not quite as fast off the front walls as it was in Chicago.
No, yeah, exactly. That's another double bounce. Those kill shots are proving to be very productive so far.
4-5.
Certainly already with the lesser known of these two players, Hany, we're seeing she's very strong in those areas. That looked like a carry, but rally goes on.
Oh, that's clever. Very late, that was it, wasn't it? Just didn't see that at all, Khafagy.
What I love is the body strength, like the straight. She's shown the straight one already, and
5-0.
Khafagy was just having a look there on that backhand straight side and got sold well there, and Hany's looking strong around the middle already.
Yeah, we saw her doing a bit of solo on the court earlier, and she looked very solid.
Hand out 6-5.
Setups and her straight drives, very consistent. But what we didn't see in that solo practice is how attacking she wants to be.
Hand out
It's
6-0.
obviously a game plan against Khafagy here. Doesn't want to get involved in too many long rallies, although she looks like she could run all day.
Just having a bit of problem with her footing though, Hany. You see her sliding around quite a few times already.
Yeah, it's funny how you get some players sliding and some not on the same surface. I think it's just
7-6.
sometimes the age of the shoes, the brand of the shoes.
Well, the fist comes out
8-6.
because this young 20-year-old is showing what she's all about, and she's giving Khafagy plenty to think about here.
Yeah, it was a perfect line, wasn't it? And perfect weight of shot, and that was very fortunate, but straight into the nick in the back wall.
9-6.
Professionals never really go for that, but she'll take it.
You know, I hit one of those today in paddle, and you called it out, or you called it
It was
on
out.
the wrong side. That is definitely a carry.
It's good, yeah. Yeah, carry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, Khafagy's complaining here, but
10-6 game ball.
the correct decision there from the referee.
That was all about the frustration of just being overwhelmed here in this first game. That was a winner all the way, but Hany just took a little bit too much risk, didn't need to. 3-game ball still.
Yeah, wry smile there from the youngster, but she'll keep attacking. A bit of work to do for the higher ranked player here. Oh, that's a nice line. Nice line. As soon as she hit it, I knew that was going to be good there, Johnny.
Hany leads 1 game to love.
Boy, oh boy. Hany has not just won this game, it's the manner with which she did it. She was more assertive, and that's why you see Khafagy. She's not feeling comfortable out there. 6 minutes, very quick, considering we thought it would be rather lengthy in these hot conditions. But it's the underdog who gets off to a 1-love lead here.
Yeah, Habiba Hany has really taken it to her higher-ranked opponent here. As Johnny said, we thought we might see a lot more longer rallies, more attritional play in these hot conditions, but the words attritional and Egyptian don't often go together, and Hany was taking the ball nice and short whenever she got the opportunities. She's 1 game to love up.
Play resume in 60 seconds. Play resume in 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Hany leads 1 game to love. Level.
So 1 game to love for Habiba Hany. Just missing on the hold there. She had a good look down the line, but just caught the side well. And Khafagy whipped that cross-court past her.
Yeah, got what it deserved there, didn't it? Just a bit short there from Hany. And we're going to need a response now from Khafagy. She needs a response, and that's not very helpful.
She just looks a bit at sea, doesn't she, with the way the court's playing. It seems tricky, Parky, the way the ball is just sort of pinging around a little bit. It doesn't... Some of these balls seem to be just losing speed around the mid-court area, I feel. And Hany has adapted way better to that.
I think it seems to happen a little bit on the outdoor courts, doesn't it? There's a little bit of wind around still, and obviously it's still hot, but it makes a difference.
3-1.
We are getting a response here from the 32 in the world.
Oh, good hands down low. She's chopped that volley.
Yeah, it was good.
That was very good. And the dynamic movement of Hany, again, displaying really good coverage around the front of the court. Well, she's beaten her then with just strength on that cross court, a lot of pace.
3-on.
Seems to have the answers. The lesser like of the two 20-year-olds.
No let.
And again, just that quick strength in there. Parky, she's killing her in that front backhand.
Yeah, Khafagy not enjoying that area at all, but it's just a little bit loose from her. She's not finding her targets.
Down. Hand out. 4-all. Down. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Five, 4.
That was much more the type of rally that Khafagy would like
Right
to
side,
see.
6-4.
That pattern of play where she's lengthening the court, hitting her marks at the back.
Yeah, it was clever that. She took her time as well, just watched her opponent and the ball, and then slotted the boast. She's been up at 25 in the world before, Khafagy. Just dropped a fraction. Still one of the most promising young players around,
7-4.
Yeah, she's tall, but she's got very dynamic movement, especially that sort of last ditch stretch. She's very...
That's nice.
Yeah, she's starting to just control the proceedings as she would have liked
8-4.
to. Looking a bit more settled out there finally.
The last result for Khafagy was up against Gohar in Chicago. I don't know if you commentated on that one, Johnny, but it's a bit of a lesson, really. Just 21 minutes for her.
No let.
So she'll be looking to try and get some confidence back, get a win back on the
9-4.
board on her CV for this year.
Down. Hand out. 5-9. Down.
Yeah, it's a poor error from Hany. She's just been
10-5
tested in the
game
right
ball.
ways here from Khafagy, who has found ways to lengthen the court out. 10-5 game ball, I do believe.
She's just started putting the game together, hasn't she? She wasn't really doing anything in the first.
Yes, let. 10-5 game ball.
Hany played well, of course, in the first, but...
Why yes, let? Because basically you have line to go. It's just the normal interference, sufficient interference. 10-5 game ball. Down.
Yeah, a little too
11-5
fancy
game to
that from
Khafagy.
Hany. She
One
tried
game
to
ball.
roll, drop it in, but Khafagy did a good job of turning that round. It was a little bit shaky early on in game two, but she started to find her marks and was hitting. It's the longer winners that she's sort of promoting, which are doing her game a lot of good. That's what she needs to stick to. She's leveled up here, and it's one game all between the two 20-year-olds from Alexandria.
Well, a huge improvement here in the second, Johnny, from the higher-ranked player, Khafagy, just showing why there are 40 places difference between these two, approximately, in the world rankings. Just the response that we expected, that Khafagy needed on this court, this first match in the inaugural Palm Hills Squash Open.
Play resume in 60 seconds.
What do you think the coach would be saying there, Johnny?
I think that he would be encouraging her to use that long-range game at the back of the court, and just keep using a bit of hold on the switch, get that cross-court wide and past the volley of Hany. Hany was not enjoying those longer
30
rallies.
seconds.
And she seems very intent, Hany, on wanting to be up on that short line, and Khafagy needs to test that patience level of Hany and see if she can draw those errors out of her again.
15 seconds. One game all. Khafagy to serve. Love all.
There's your taxi, Johnny.
Whistling of sirens in the distance. Doesn't bother Khafagy. She gets things going here, and that's a great way to start, just putting that stamp on that forehand drive. It's definitely been a style that she wants to stick with.
Yeah, I think you're right, Johnny. I think she does kind of poach a little bit, doesn't she, around the middle. Hany tries to. She certainly did it in the first game. And the look at that. Explosive action from Hany. Oh,
what a finish.
Thought she was going to go for a stroke there, but she was quick enough to finish it with a cross-court. Look at this.
Even that covering movement at the end, that's impressive.
I mean, she's got like a sprinter's legs, hasn't she? Look at that lunge there from Hany.
Hand out 2-1.
But she is going to have to get the basic game back together, I think, Hany. Khafagy's playing some good squash now. As you say, she's hitting the target. She's hitting a better length. And she's making Hany do some work.
3-1.
She's quite excessive there in the backswing. She had a similar situation in the last game, game 2, where the referee only gave her a let, and she asked why, and that's why she's certainly venturing there to see if she can get the stroke.
Stroke to Khafagy.
Yeah, it's good play from Khafagy.
I'm not sure why Hany's going to the towel box here. I'd be sort of querying that if I was Khafagy. I think that's something that needs to be controlled a little bit better, Parky.
Yeah, she didn't really ask the referee's permission either. Most referees like to have an ask, don't they? Have an appeal.
Yeah, it's something that certainly lies in their
5-1.
powers to decide whether or not, because otherwise we're looking at having effective sort of short timeouts, you know, coming into the game. But this is quick-fire stuff. I'm a bit surprised. I mean, each game was only 6-7 minutes, and we're already at 5-2, and darkness seems to have happened in about 6 seconds as well. That backdrop is incredible.
Yeah, it's good.
Some important points here for Hany, just to stay in touch.
Down.
It's a quick call there from the referee. I think she was correct. Just come off the ball a little bit, Khafagy.
And she's not defending the lead, and quite risky with this sort of power player in the form of Hany, the way she's aggressively searching for finishes. A bit lucky, but got the width.
Very good width.
Hand out 6-4.
Just in the right spot, wasn't it? Behind the just behind the service box. That's good line. Very good line. It sets up an easy post. It's good stuff again from Hany. She's finished it well. Just Khafagy felt like she was impeded slightly. But the ball was just running in nicely, wasn't it, into the side wall here.
Clever that she let's just sort of put a little bit more, actually, which Khafagy was complaining about, but she was deliberately just pushing that ball a bit longer because she knew where Khafagy was positioned.
Yeah, she had to come back in and around her, didn't she, which was a difficult movement.
No let.
Well, fortunes have shifted here quickly, and that is a bit of a bump in the back.
6-0.
Certainly come
really,
from the same area of Egypt, but no love lost.
it really had a big effect there, didn't it? On the back of Hany. She is hunting, poaching around that short line, but the short game just wasn't good enough there.
Now 7-6.
Quality's got to be high against Khafagy.
Well, great athleticism from Hany once again, but just the forehand area is just starting to prove crucial for
8-6.
Khafagy here. This is where the winners have been coming out of her racket in the last few rallies. It's developing into a bit of a Khafagy forehand winners versus the strength of Hany on the backhand side, I feel, Parky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, let. 8-6. Sorry? You, there's sufficient interference, but you're just preventing her from going to the, from clearing.
Well, the explanation
8-6.
a little bit struggled to probably get that
Left
out
side.
the way she wanted, but I think the call was the right one. Khafagy seems just a little bit preoccupied sometimes with Hany instead of going to the ball. Well, she's going to the towel box again, or she certainly was thinking about it.
Right, smile there.
9-6.
I think she can hear us, Johnny.
I'll stop shouting.
It was, yeah, she just didn't get her organised on that last shot, giving an easy stroke,
Down.
and then another easy tin there.
10-6
Suddenly,
game ball.
here we are, Khafagy, 4 game balls here.
Another quick game as well. Just the difference being Khafagy's ability to hold strong in the back end. And nice finish there, just polished up
11-6.
the untidy work from Hany.
Leads 2 games to 1.
And it's another quick game. These games, that we're rattling through them. Breakneck speed. Khafagy still shaking her head, not happy, although she's 2-1 up. But getting a bit of a groove on there with the music. 2-1 for Malak Khafagy in this opening round encounter.
Well, I just feel, Johnny, that Malak Khafagy has shown why she's around the 30 mark in the PSA World Ranking. She's just, her accuracy is increasing all the time, whilst I feel like her opponent's accuracy, apart from a couple of areas, is decreasing, and she's having to rely a bit more on her athleticism, which is what Khafagy wants. She's putting some work into those legs, and she's 2-1 up.
They resume in 60 seconds.
We can see there by the score worm that Hany at 6-all certainly was
They
threatening.
resume in 30 seconds.
But just again, the ability of Khafagy sort of to put out that fire quite quickly. And Hany's very strong in the front left area in particular, but perhaps just
15 seconds.
really relying too much on that short press forward and not backing it up with some good play to the back, whereas Khafagy can lean into that when she needs it.
Khafagy leads 2 games
Look at
to
that
1.
backdrop, Parky. You can't
Khafagy
beat that.
serve.
I do love these settings here at these outdoor venues
Level.
in Egypt. Tremendous backstand.
Yeah, I don't think we'd get that in Leeds at the moment.
No, mate, you need sun for that.
Done all right recently.
(2-1), Malak Khafagy. 24 minutes. It's been a very quick 3 games. And that has got everything to do with the way these two are going about their business.
Down.
Yeah, I just feel that Hany has to increase her accuracy again.
One love.
And that is not a good start for her. Just didn't sort of get her feet right, didn't adjust her feet for that volley.
Down. 2 love.
Yeah, the margins are starting to disappear here for Hany.
No let.
She's going to have a look at this one. I don't think Khafagy's going to get much success here. Felt like Hany just was onto this so early. Favourite area there on that backhand. Hasn't done anything wrong either.
Don't know.
Yeah, I think the front court view just here, if I look at this view here, I just feel she's got to go and play that. I don't think Hany...
It's a poor shot though, and she just didn't clear. It's funny how we see things from different angles, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are
yes, that decision overruled.
correct.
Khafagy has 2 reviews remaining, 2 love from the right.
Right, well, as you can probably guess, I was half going with the stroke there, but Khafagy looking good here. Just not seeing the same Hany as we saw earlier on in the match.
Yes, let 2 love from the right.
It's a great thing though, isn't it, Johnny, about these gold events, is that you do get players like Hany, you know, set around 70 in the world, having an opportunity against somebody like Khafagy, or possibly players much higher. And it's a good training ground, isn't it, instead of playing people around your own ranking all the time.
Yeah, this particular event is a little bit a one-off, I feel, in terms of the entry list, and
thank you.
We're getting that in particular because it's at the end of a very long period of a huge number of high-level events. We're seeing that players are definitely starting to feel the pinch. Ali Farag, the number 2 seed, is pulled out of this event, and that no doubt has a lot to do with the fact that it's wedged between the world champs and the British Open.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both draws are very much Egyptian dominated as well, aren't they? There's a few non-Egyptian players
3-2
scattered in there.
Well, the yellow comes out because Hany is starting to make her move, and Khafagy's just been found out a little bit again. The speed that Hany possesses, a real weapon in that front left area.
4-2. Yes, that's 4-2.
There's a quick glance back. I thought she might review that one as well. That's been a go-to shot for Khafagy when she needs it. Straight line on the forehand, whether it's a kill, a longer sort of attack, or more into that front area. She's had great success in this match so far.
Look at that width, though. It's much better. The deep shots into the corner. That was a miscue there from Hany. Got away with it, Khafagy, because it was a poor shot. But in general, the length and the target hitting has been a lot better from Khafagy. And that's, she's doing the right thing, as you said earlier. That's what she has to do, is try and nullify the attacks of
Stroke to Khafagy.
Hany. Yeah, just didn't really clear, and it was a poor drop shot, really.
Well, we're at the towel box again. That's in terms of both players. We've been to the towel box twice already in this game, so I'd just like to know exactly what the rules are there, because I just feel like we're getting a bit hazy, that whole scenario.
Yeah, it's the referee's discretion, isn't it? She's obviously feeling quite lenient in this first match here on this glass court.
6-4.
As I said earlier, it's still around 30 degrees here in Cairo. It's actually just dropped to 28, Johnny, as the sun goes down. It's freezing.
7-4.
So the familiar pattern just seems to repeat itself.
7-4.
Mid-stage of this game, Khafagy's taking control.
That's good width and depth there from Hany. Left to right. Just looked a little bit sluggish there, Khafagy.
And out 5-7.
Nice touch. There's a fist pump. It was a lovely touch there from Hany. She just softened it a little bit more than she usually does, or from what I've seen in this match anyway. Still in touch here, Hany.
Down.
Just as I say that, it's a tight ball, good squeeze there from Khafagy.
8-6. Yesla, 8-6. Player review, Khafagy on the Yesla decision. Yeah, but you're still in the way.
This will be interesting from this view. Oh, Khafagy may have a point there, Parky. Although it's loose, I'm asking myself, Hany's just stopped because the hand goes on the back a little bit here.
I think because she didn't get a racket up for the backhand, but she would have to play the shot, and that the racket could hit Khafagy. So I think in the sort of terms of safety.
Yeah, saved by the balls just spraying out off the sidewall there a bit, perhaps.
Decision upheld. Khafagy has one review remaining. Which 8-6 right side.
Interesting, Khafagy, you see on that forehand volley, the wrist breaks back a little bit. We've seen that a few times. Doesn't sort of...
You're still in the way. She asked after the double bounce. No, 8-6.
Just getting an extra explanation there.
Yeah, I think that can be good, as you're just talking technically there, Johnny, sometimes, but if it's not quite right, then you can miscue and clip the side wall, or even worse, hit the tin.
Yes, 8-6.
But I guess when you're on the song, you can be really good, can't it?
8-6.
Just sort of breaking of the wrist. And deceptive as well.
Yeah, it's good when you can angle in sort of from a mid-court position, but as you stretch out into those sort of outer flanks, if you will, along the sidewalls, then you need the outside cut. That is an unbelievable gymnastic movement. Hany thinks she got it.
9-6 left side.
No, it was a double bounce. Wow.
Pretty good stretch there, wasn't it? Can you do that, Johnny?
Not quite.
Would we have to hospitalise you, having tried to do that?
If I'd be in that position, it's definitely an accident, and not a good one. But Khafagy, no
10-6
slip-ups here. She's just worked her way through nicely to match ball, winning this end game again. We're seeing a similar scoreline in each game. She's just able to put this that finishing touch in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Potentially just a bit of damage limitation though from Hany.
Another towel break. match ball. Yes, lad.
Oof. Yeah, I think it's
Player review.
I think it's a good
Khafagy
review
on the yes,
from
lad decision.
Khafagy. Looked like a stroke to me, Johnny.
Okay. We
Let's have a
go
look, see how
for
this
the
ball
pickup
goes
first.
short from Hany. She
Player
hasn't hit it
review,
through.
Hany
It's
on
come out
the
half court.
good
She's
decision.
yeah, I've seen strokes given in that area a lot.
Yeah, I'm going stroke. Yeah, I'm going to be decisive on that one.
Still waiting. 3 match balls. Khafagy
We're
sits.
checking the pickup first. The pickup, pure pickup.
Oh, have a look at this pickup here on the forehand. That was easily good. No problems whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's quick. Good call. Now we need to go back to the
Pickup is good. Decision upheld.
the
Hany
appeal
has
from
one review
Khafagy,
remaining.
the video review about the let
We'll
decision.
go for Ms. Khafagy's review. Player review, Khafagy on the yes led decision.
Still looks like a stroke, Parky.
Yeah, just look where it bounces. It's just in front of the service box. It's come off the side wall. It's not parallel at all. Too much of an angle, and I just feel like Khafagy is right behind her, ready to smash this for a winner.
And the video ref's just no doubt making sure, because it's a match ball, obviously. Feels that way to the match ball situation. There it is. The stroke has gone in.
Khafagy, decision overruled. 11-7, match to Khafagy.
And that means
3 games
Khafagy
to
wins
1.
the first match here
7-11,
in this round 1 clash
11-6, 11-7.
between the two young Egyptians. .38 minutes, 3-1 for Malak Khafagy in the first match of this Palm Hill Squash opening on day 1. Now MC Laman El Galal.
Congratulations, Malak. How does it feel to secure the first win of the day and the Palm Hill Squash Open Tournament?
Well, it feels great to finally win a match on the glass, because the past few matches, every time I play on the glass, I lose, so it feels good. Obviously, I'm happy to get through this match. I know Habiba is a very physical player, and she's very tricky to play, so I'm very pleased with the way I played today.
You're known for switching a game over and starting off calm and switching it up. Is that what happened on today's game?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it was very hard losing the first game. I was trying to get used to the court and everything. With the wind, I never played on this type of court before. I think I played in Guna, but it was a little bit humid. So yeah, I had to kind of adjust and find a new game plan and kind of stick to it.
That's understandable. Congratulations, Malak. Let's give it up for Malak Khafagy.
Well, a good performance in the end from Khafagy after that bit of a slow start in that first game against a slightly less experienced opponent here, both from Alexandria. Could have been a bit of added pressure there, but Khafagy, as the match wore on, just started to put more work into the legs of her opponent, started to hit targets much better, and got the fortunate stroke at the very end there. She goes through to round 2.
Towel just in the mouth there for Khafagy. It's a solid opening round clash. Very happy to win on the glass, as she just mentioned in that interview. Next up shortly will be Rafi Kandra of Germany, the 34-year-old, up against the young Egyptian Eiad Daoud, just 17 years of age. So take a short break and we'll be back with you in a few minutes.
two drop in.
Taste of his own medicine there.
Georgina Kennedy is not playing badly here by any means. This is someone getting outplayed by El Hammamy. Defensive stuff from that front left from Hammamy. It's been sublime so far.
This is actually art. It's beautiful to watch this.
That's a clever shot from Masal, giving him some time. This is brutal. This is a lung buster. Oh, he's got it!
Hold up. Hold up.
Also, the 11. Full commitment, control making. TJ scored 2 tries there, didn't he, for Wales?
Oh, it's inch perfect. Inch perfect. What a shot. What a shot to finish. Look at that embrace as well. Wonderful between the two of them. I mean, that's the way you want to see squash played.
Oh, that was a tough rally.
Yeah, looking to inject some pace into the game.
Not backing down either.
Oh, it's like finished.
There it is. Amina Orfi is your new world junior champion.
I think it's really important to get women involved in every sport, and especially squash, which is probably a sport that, you know, can be quite daunting as it's extremely physical, and you would kind of traditionally think of it as quite like a male-dominated sport. I think having female role models at the top of the game in squash is so important to see like what can be achieved in the game, and increasing the amount of kids we get playing at that grassroots level will just like accelerate the sport and accelerate the level. It's like you see it in Egypt where every week I feel like there's a new Egyptian phenomenon coming through, whether that be male or female, and that's just because they have so many kids playing at that grassroots level. So hopefully if we can get that tradition throughout the whole of the world, then the level is just going to keep continuing to increase. Any kid when they're younger who is sporty and athletic, you know, dreams of going to the Olympics and becoming an Olympian, because that's kind of like the epitome of sport, isn't it? So I think now that it's in the Olympics and there's a chance for a kid to become an Olympian and win that gold.
From Egypt, please welcome Eiad Daoud. He will be going up against the currently ranked world number 33 in men's squash as of February 2025. From Germany, Raphael Kandra.
Well, welcome back. This is the second match on the glass court here at the Palm Hills Squash Open in Cairo. And it's the first men's match here on the glass court, the open glass court. And it's Germany versus Egypt affair. Raphael Kandra up against Eiad Daoud of Egypt. Well, I'm Simon Parker. Joining me for all of the matches, or most of the matches this week, is Aussie superstar Johnny Williams. Good evening, Johnny.
Good evening, Parky. I think we need to just tone down the superstar thing, that's for sure.
Well, you are. You are, and not only is this a huge gap in rankings, but also it's a bit of a generation game, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, 34 years old versus 17. I find those numbers very interesting. That was long way back, Jahangir versus Jeff Hunt. That was the age gap. We're going to find out what this young British Open champion's got in store for us.
Yeah, an exciting young talent, one of the many from Egypt at present and in the past. Another talented Egyptian left-hander. Do you know any famous talented Egyptian left-handers?
I certainly do. Ibrahim Shabana, just to reel off a couple. Yeah, I'm interested to see whether or not Daoud, early on, he and his coaching staff should have taken note of the fact that Kandra, you just take us through those stats on Daoud, Parky, but Kandra's had a bit of a bad run in form as well.
He has. It's been a bit of a struggle for the German. You can see with the world rankings there, Daoud just really on the beginning of the road, really. The youngster, 525. He's not quite broken the top 500 yet. Pretty diminutive as well in stature. But it's a great thing. And one of the great things about this sport, everyone is all different shapes and sizes. No PSA titles or finals, no surprise there so far. It's a successful junior career for this player, this lefty. Looks like he's hitting a good ball there. And it's lefty against lefty. Raphael Kandra, very well-known face, the German on SQUASHTV. Been around a long time. He's been professional since 2009, and he's been up at 13 in the world, had some really great matches, particularly that semi-finals of the British Open in Hull a few years back. Seems like a lifetime ago. 34 years of age, Kandra, and a pretty good run of trophies. 16 in his career so far, 25 finals. Known as the goalkeeper. Wait, brilliant volleyer when he's playing well, isn't he? Fantastic mover, Johnny.
Yeah, he's based his game around that short line coverage, wide sort of stance especially on the forehand, and yeah, good anticipation. He really reads the game really well. It was that 2018 British Open you referred to, beating Nick Matthew and Marwan ElSherbini, got to 13 in the world on the back of that.
And your match referee for
Play will
this one
start
is
in 30
Alex
seconds.
Hewitson. Yeah, I remember Johnny Daoud beat Abdullah Isa, the I think it was a higher seed, the English player, in the quarterfinals of that British Under-17 Open. That was in 3
seconds.
Then he had a couple of 5 setters to come through and win the event. Impressive performance from the youngster.
Yeah, he did the double on the top 2 Americans, Christian Capella and Alexander Dartnell.
2025, men's round 1 match. Raphael Kandra of Germany to serve. Eiad Daoud of Egypt to receive. Best of 5 games, level.
Yeah, I remember that. That was that's big undertaking these days with the team that the US have. Is really challenging Egypt these days.
1 love.
Especially in the juniors. Well, you were talking about Kandra's reading of the game. He literally was stood there in the service box.
Doesn't get any more goalkeeper than that. He knew where the ball was going before it was there.
Well, Johnny, are we going to see a big upset, or are we going to see a bit of a schooling from the elder statesman here?
I think the former of those two, Parky. I think the elder statesman, just had a bit of a chat with him at breakfast. He assured me that the last few months he was physically just under the cosh, not feeling at his best, but believes that he's shaken it off and he's going to be all systems go here.
Well, that'd be good to see, because he's a very good player to watch, very attacking, but he plays in the right way, and he's a nice fella off the court as well. That's a good get from Daoud there, keeping the ball tight. He's got an unusual forehand, doesn't he, the youngster?
Yeah, the elbow doesn't bend much, does it? It's quite straight armed. And he's using a lot of wrists, different actions of the wrist to get the ball where he wants. But very long rally, this one already, as Daoud is just sort of letting Kandra know.
Yes, let. 2 love.
It's a bit unlucky there for Daoud, because he worked it pretty well, didn't he? He just didn't get the line on that last volley.
Handouts.
Sorry, Johnny, go on.
Unorthodox, this attack. Watch the wrist drops, but we're seeing that with Daoud. Obviously this is his style, and there's a lot of body strength going into the shots he's playing.
Yeah, that's a lovely shot. He's a good athlete, as you'd expect from someone his age. Forehand is pretty unorthodox, as you say. Just need to see a little bit more of it in action in this first game, just to get an overall insight.
Well, this is classic court sprint stuff here, as he's going corner to corner. Question's going to be how much of that can he absorb. Fantastic finishing there from Kandra. He rolls it in off the initial attempt from Daoud to do the same.
He's going to have to increase his accuracy here, Daoud. Just a little bit too easy for the German at present.
Down.
You know, we're just seeing the effects of that couple of those rallies where Daoud was getting dragged through all of the 4 corners, and Kandra just reaping the rewards slowly now as the intensity's dropped off in Daoud's movement.
We had a good couple of the initial rallies, that's a great shot. The initial 2 or 3 rallies were quite promising for the youngster, and then he kind of just ended up doing a bit too much work and then having to improvise quite a bit. There was a couple of loose shots, and I was just sort of scratching my head a little bit. That stayed in, I feel, Johnny.
Yeah, it looked like it just ducked in under the line.
Yeah, shots like that, just not quite finding the line here, the youngster.
Yes, let's. I'm not sure.
Oh, they're going to have a lead on that. That's a bit unlucky, perhaps, for Daoud, because he worked hard to hit a good line on the forehand to win that rally.
Stayed in again, that, Johnny. It's really casual, isn't he, Kandra? It's really good to watch on that volley on the backhand side.
And out.
Reads it so well.
Well, that's wild. The youngster's just not able to. He's got great movement, obviously, and the retrieval skills around the front are very impressive. He manages to eke out that point as well, but he's not putting Kandra under pressure at the back of the court.
Down.
Yeah, he's just not solid enough, I feel. And I mean, this is a bit in isolation, isn't it, this first game against a very seasoned professional. There were 1 or 2 kinks in the technique. We were thinking they might be advantageous, but made a couple of unforced errors here.
And out 4-8.
Goodness me, that was a miss hit. Got away with it though, and ends up winning the rally somehow. Daoud completely skewing this drop shot attempt. Great deception there, Parky.
He had to go and get it though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he cleared the ball somehow. A little bit scrappy now, this match.
Down. Handouts.
Well, he's
9-5.
Obviously just completely disappointed in himself for missing what he felt was a sitter, but also hasn't produced enough sort of solid examples of putting the ball in there. It's a long way back, just exposing that movement of Kandra, which has had a bit of a cloud over it recently. And that is, those sort of movements from a 34-year-old, you do have to take a closer look at them and put them under the microscope.
That's a good hold. Just a little look at his opponent there. Realised that Kandra was stuck, and it was the right shot there from Daoud.
Well, if Daoud's done his homework, then he would have realised, watching the matches where Kandra has recently had certain losses against players, as he's squeezed him down the backhand line there, needed that just to steady the ship. Game balls, 3 of them.
Oh, that's a great shot. The prep was excellent there from Daoud. Look how early he prepares the racket, gets it nice and high and chops down.
Seems like a better option too, Parky.
Yeah.
You know, show the drop and then drag it cross court.
Yeah, with pace.
Interesting development here in this back end of the first game. Didn't see this coming at 7-2 for Kandra.
That's a lovely finish. Give
11-8,
him a chance
game to
there.
Kandra.
The experienced
Kandra leads
German.
1 game to love.
So Rafa Kandra of Germany takes the first game 11-8 in 11 minutes. He leads by 1 game to love.
Yeah, solid opening for the 34-year-old. He got off to a flyer. He was able to step up and take those balls early, seeing what his 17-year-old opponent was doing. Daoud was doing a lot of running around the court. Kandra had him working to all corners. But he just managed to find a couple of quick winners. When he injects that pace and uses that strong movement, he started to look a bit better. If he can carry that into game 2, certainly could get a little bit more interesting here. But for the moment, the German leads 1 game to love.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Kandra leads 1 game to love. Level.
So a solid first game here for Raphael Kandra.
Out.
Looking perhaps a little bit more confident than he has been in the last few months. There's that famous backhand serve from the right-hand side, the lefty. No one else really does that, Johnny.
It speaks volumes of his personality, doesn't it? He's just got those quirks about him, Kandra, which just likes to be a little bit different.
Yeah, I remember James Willstrop trying it out for 1 week only, basically, in Manchester. And then he ditched it. The backhand serve from the left-hand side, of course, for a right-hander.
Down.
You hear the yellow from the youngster. He's
and outs.
I think he's getting a sense of the more physical exchanges in his favour.
Yeah, I think you're right, Johnny, but can he do it for long enough? Can he remain consistent technically for long enough? That's my question. He's got the little kinks in the swing and it can be quite deceptive, but he's got to keep consistent in his bread and butter game, the line and length, and making sure it stays tight. That was a bit fortunate. It's a wild big swing, that, wasn't it, that from the youngster, and it just popped out into the middle of the court. Easy for Kandra. Watch this.
Yeah, it's that wrist movement again. There's too much going on with the wrist, and then the strike point becomes very uncertain, and that's what caused that ball to jag into the sidewall.
Well, it's too big a swing as well, coupled with that wrist movement.
Well, that's a drop-off in movement there from Kandra. He was really just semi-guessing here. That was an overhit length, so these are the challenges that one faces as they get into those very twilight of your career, if you want.
Yeah, I actually retired at 34. Kandra's still going, so it's pretty impressive. A lot of players do seem to last a little bit longer these days.
Yeah, great advancements in the sports science area, of course.
And 11 scorings help.
To Kandra. 4-2.
Again, with that error, we see Daoud. He's quick enough to get there, but the racket face was extremely flat, if not a bit topspin, causing the ball striking error. And those sort of shots, he's going to, especially with the type of player he is, Parky, I feel he's going to have to look at that because he needs those shots to be going down the lines.
Down. 5-2.
Looks out at his crew, but they're not going to be able to help him.
Yeah, that's quite a junior thing to do, isn't it? Often looking at the coaches.
Don't know. I think it's a new age thing, to be honest.
Used to be a junior thing to do.
I mean, when you think about tennis, like the developments there, just the whole environment, as we look at the crew from Daoud, urging their young charge on, but I think that tennis is the sport which just completely changed the way that TV is also produced for following the emotions of the player and their box and the storylines behind that.
Well, of course, the coaches in tennis are actually allowed to coach the players now during the match, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is a relatively recent thing. I actually think we should do that in squash.
Yeah, oh, goodness me, he's hit it. He should have asked for the let. Kandra knows it. He got away with one there.
Hand out. 6-3.
Dreadful shot down the middle. Turns out to be a winner. Oh, goodness. Comedy of errors there. Well, just not enough structure here from the youngster. We thought there were signs at the end of game one and early in game two, but it's just too much feeding going on in that, especially on that backhand volley area or the drops in the front.
Down.
Just completely
8-3 left.
Destroying Daoud in that front right area, Kandra, in terms of skill level, whether it's attacking or defending.
9-3.
This has really slipped away quite easily. Kandra will be very, very thankful.
There's a lot to work on here for the youngster. Just thinking though, Johnny, I'm not sure when you joined PSA, but when I joined, I think I came in around 200. Now the fact there's over 500 players on the PSA squash tour is pretty impressive.
Yeah, the rankings, they go down, I know they go down to 700 as Kandra wraps up that. I'll come back to that in game three, perhaps.
Yeah, huge drop off there from Daoud as Kandra takes the second game, 11-3 in just 7 minutes. He leads by 2 games to love.
Yeah, we thought from the young Egyptian we might get a little bit more in this game. At the end of game one, he started to make inroads, but he didn't do that sort of thing, what we're seeing there, really build at the back of the court. He wanted to engage at the front and take Kandra on, but the skill level is not the same, and Kandra's able to tidy up. Some very good straight drops and defensive work off the walls, onto the walls. Kandra very happy he would be to clock that game in with such ease.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds.
The gentleman who's coaching him in the red shirt doesn't seem to be too old either. He's quite a young guy, I would say.
"15 seconds.
Everyone looks young to us, Johnny.
Time. Kandra leads 2 games to love. Love all.
Well, I hope to see a bit of a response here from Daoud in this third game, because it was a big drop-off, really. At this age, you've just got to be giving it everything, I feel. 100% every rally.
That straight line, we had not seen that, Parky. Kandra was so shocked that he played it. He was completely stuck on the right-hand side of the court, and then he's glued that one.
Well, that's the right message, isn't it? It's a good start for the youngster, but serve just straight onto the racket, straight onto the strings of the German. Easy pickings.
Two-one.
Well, you hear the screeching of the shoes of Daoud, but it doesn't help him because it's all
left
being used for defensive pickups, and Kandra is starting to find his game now.
A little bit like Hany in the previous match. Some impressive lunges, but all in vain, really.
That's not. Kandra will not want to see the replay of that one again. It's a shot he's played successfully throughout his career, but that one didn't make the front wall.
Chance here.
Down.
No, he's just missed it. But some good play there from
4-2.
Daoud.
Yes, let's. 4-2.
That's a beautiful shot. Not seeing too many of those where he's
handouts. 3-4.
Got that position in the mid-court area on the left-hand side and slotted it straight. And 2 in a row.
Slotted that as well.
4-all.
Both very stable in terms of the footwork and the technique. And it's paid off.
Stroke to Kandra.
And then when it's too much of a slide and the back foot is moving all over the place, that's when you lose your accuracy.
Okay.
He seems like that sort of player, you know, he's got that low, sort of strong undercarriage, and around the front, all of his counters have been attempts at shot, Sparky. There's no lifting. He should be lifting, I think, in these conditions quite a bit.
Yeah, at least some of the time, that's for sure. Some tight work down this right-hand wall from the lefties.
No let.
He's taken the wrong line.
Player review, Kandra, on the no let
gone straight
decision.
into the back of Daoud, hasn't he? There's a line to the left here.
Yeah, the arm's gone out. That's the telltale sign here from Kandra that he doesn't really want to go and play that ball. He believes that he should be going straight through, but it's more to the left. This is the best view of it. The ball's always just fading towards the sidewall.
Official decision is a no let. The decision upheld. Kandra has 1 review remaining. Handout.
Yeah, I think that's correct. As we both alluded to, just took the wrong line there. So staying in touch here, Daoud. Just a little bit more accurate, you feel, in this third game. Certainly better than the back end of the second. feel, Johnny, that some of those flicks might be a lot more effective on the junior circuit, but really not fooling the German, are they here?
Handouts,
no, not
6-5.
Especially someone who's known as a goalkeeper. That's the whole point, is he adapts that stance in the middle. He doesn't speculate. Well, not too often at least, but yeah, he's covering both sides of the court, and that we've seen Daoud have success when he carves the longer short cross, but the short ones are just leaving him stranded. There are signs again that as he gets the nice sort of fortuitous bounce, but it's become more physical.
That's good for the youngster, isn't it? I feel he should have tried to do this a little bit more right from the off, really. Again, as you say, a lob could have gone in there, couldn't it? But it's just intent on playing counter drops,
7-6.
Playing short when he's in the front, Daoud. Who's the most unorthodox player you've played against, Johnny?
Probably say Paul Carter would be one of them.
Oh yeah, forgot about him. Well, I didn't forget about him, but just in terms of being unorthodox. Mine's probably Peter Marshall. For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking more unorthodox in terms of the body shapes and unusual swing patterns, and because Marshall, although two-handed, it's still very, you know, the accuracy levels obviously with the straight lines and general line play.
Absolutely, yeah,
amazing.
But I mean, two hands on both sides. I mean, it's just, for me, it was normal because, you know, he was my mate and we trained and together from 10. But when you really think about it, it's insane, isn't it?
Well, that's gone well down, and
too much time.
Yeah, but Kandra, he just stopped on that shot. There was no. The feet just got stuck really in the mud there, and can Daoud take advantage of that longer rally? He has to. He has to take on that role.
I'm sure one of his team was in the Sopranos.
Yes, let's 7-all.
Which character? Not Tony.
I remember, definitely not Tony. One of the one in the middle, flashback man. Yeah. Might have been Tony's father. Oh.
Down.
And another error there from Kandra as Daoud for the first time creeps ahead on the scoreboard at a pretty pivotal stage here. Can he keep this level of consistency up, the youngster? He's lengthening out the court, he's doing the right thing. That is an absolute slot ball into the slot.
Well appreciated by Daoud, which is good to see. But he's doing the right things now, Daoud. I know we were saying in the previous match how the mindset of most Egyptians, certainly squash players anyway, is, you know, very attacking. But you do have to have that level of patience as well in this game of squash. It's finding the balance, isn't it? He's done that really well in the third. It's been a much better performance. The length, as you can see here, has been much tighter. He's under pressure now, though.
Good acceleration onto that roll drop from Kandra. Oh, the quality when he needs it. just comes up with that beautiful backhand volley drop down low, difficult shot. But done it so long.
There's good stuff though, isn't it, from Daoud? It's better. It's much more kind of stubborn. That's what I like to see, just a bit of toughness, really, from the junior. He might not be able to win this game, but I think he can be proud of himself so far in this third.
Well, again, these cannons into Daoud.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking stroke there, Johnny.
Go ahead, Mr. Daoud.
Let's have a look and see. We've had no decision yet.
Decision is yes, let.
Looks a little bit confused, Kandra. Might have something to say about that.
And the drop was high. He pushes him a little bit into it, perhaps. The ball is enough distance
Right side,
between the two of them
9-8.
that...
Sorry?
Kandra's...
No, you waited too long.
Oh, he actually now decided he wanted to review, but it was too much of a pause between the end of the rally and Kandra asking.
Yes, let's 9-8. Conduct warning for time wasting. No, Mr. Daoud, use with the glasses. We need to keep moving, please. 9-8.
Kandra not sure who was getting the conduct warning. They're just checking that it wasn't him.
I realised he wasn't the one wearing the goggles. Oh.
Yes, let's. Player review, Daoud, on the yes, let decision.
He's looking for him, but is this ball loose enough? That's the question. We'll get a good look at the different angles here because Kandra's trying to get out of the way, but did he clear? Because it's not a good shot either.
Well, I've seen him given, that's for sure, Johnny, but I think perhaps there's just enough space.
Yes, let decision upheld. Daoud has one review remaining, 9-8. (9-8).
That was a really good width. You could tell as soon as it left the strings.
10-8, match ball.
Kandra's racket, it's going to be a really good width and depth. And it's given him 2 match balls here, the German. Oh, nicely closed out.
11-8, match to Kandra. 3 games to love.
Slice there from the German.
11-8, 11-3.
Straight into that front left nick. No messing around from the very experienced German player, the goalkeeper. So Kandra comes through 11-8, 11-3, 11-8. And we are going to hand to our MC.
Congratulations. How does it feel to secure a win here in Cairo?
Yeah, I'm very happy. I mean, in the beginning, a few weeks ago, I knew my draw and I had no idea who he is. I didn't see any results. He has no ranking yet. And then I figured out he played the British Junior Open and he just recently won it. So I said already congrats to him. That's a big achievement I never achieved. Yeah, it's tough for him. I mean, he's 17 years old, playing his first big event. I'm very experienced nowadays, and I knew I needed to stay calm. In the end, I was a bit, I don't know, I was losing a bit of my confidence, and I was going too short too early, and the quality was not there, so he was fighting back. But overall, I'm happy with the 3-love win. It's a bit unfortunate that the crowd was not really clapping for good shots. I know that he's the local player, but I mean, we're here sportsmen at the end of the day, and we both play good shots, and I think people can appreciate that.
I think we can all agree you both played a great game, and with you having over a decade of experience, how do you maintain a competitive edge, especially when you are competing against rising talents?
It's actually a good question. I had a tough period in the last couple of months. I was lacking of good wins. I lost so many tournaments in the first round. I mean, they were all big tournaments, but still, like, my ranking was not how I was playing. And just recently, European Teams Championships gave me the extra boost. I found my mojo back, kind of, and now I'm playing at my best again. My body feels good. Mentally, I'm sharp. And I'm just enjoying those experiences.
Well, congratulations. It was a great game. Thank you, everyone. Let's give him a round of applause. And we'll work on our applause. All right, we're going to get the courts ready, and we're going to go ahead and begin with game 3.
Some good humour there from the MC, Laman El Galal, as she just gets that crowd going, as Rafi Kandra requested. And he fended off this youngster quite well. Daoud found more of a stable game at the back of the court, started to challenge Kandra a bit physically. But Kandra, as he just said in that interview, he feels better now, and he passed this test against this youngster. Certainly that test is going to be on a different level in the next round. But he'll be happy just to get that win on the board against the 17-year-old. 3 games to love.
Well, coming up next very shortly, we have Egypt versus France. Ruqayya Salem up against Melissa Alves.
Hany does it. She reads the backhand drop shot and whips it cross court. Whips it cross court. Massive win there from Salma Hany.
Oh, that's outrageous, but it comes back. He's under pressure here, Farag. Oh, yes, I did enjoy that one. I did. The old twizzle backhand, where's it going to go? And cross court.
This is going to get very, very close. It's just incredibly tense, isn't it? Oh, he's got it. He's going to get it. Oh, my word. Oh, I don't believe it. It's just ridiculous.
Unbelievable there. It's an absolute joke from Paul Cole. Oh, wowzers.
So good down this backhand wall. Oh, yes. She's thrown a few of those in throughout the match, and what better time to find a lovely floaty backhand drop right off the back wall.
Absolutely ridiculous. That's unbelievable. We've not seen this style. Oh, yes, please. Do drop in.
Another lovely variation from Masal.
Oh my God!
I think it's really important to get women involved in every sport, and especially squash, which is probably a sport that, you know, can be quite daunting as it's extremely physical, and you would kind of traditionally think of it as quite like a male-dominated sport. I think having female role models at the top of the game in squash is so important to see like what can be achieved in the game, and increasing the amount of kids we get playing at that grassroots level will just like accelerate the sport and accelerate the level.
Salem! We're gonna have to work on our applause, guys. We're gonna have to work on our applause. Up next to the court, currently ranked world number 19 in women's squash as of March 2025, from French Guiana, Melissa Alves.
Welcome back to the third match here in round one action of the Palm Hills Open here in Cairo, Egypt. And we have the next wild card. We've got 4 of them in tonight's matches. Ruqayya Salem up against Melissa Alves of France. Salem, just 16 years of age. Dressed in white there, the lefty, another lefty. We're seeing a few of them tonight. And once again, I'll be taking you through this one with Simon Park.
Good evening, Johnny.
Once again, we're going to see more of this talent factory from Egypt and what they've been able to produce. As it just it seems to be a line that never ends, really, of players that just come through the system. Technically, they look the part.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, another lefty here, you can see, with Salem. 3rd in the British Junior Under-17 Open this year, earlier this year. Lost in the semi-finals to Anahat Singh of India, who's an exceptional talent as well. So no disgrace there. But she's up against Alves, who's extremely experienced, the French woman, and very explosive and athletic, attacking player. So it's a good test, a really good test. Again, for the youngster, we're seeing a lot of youth against experience.
Yeah, ranked 140 in the world, so she's just entering into the PSA circuit, but what an entry it's been. Win rate 77.8. That's the kind of start you want. Got a title in the bag as well. You can see in the warm-up already, very classical sort of preparation with the racket, execution on the ball, very orthodox. And given that she's a left-hander, interesting to see whether she can present those sort of problems. But Alves, that, you know, the physicality that she possesses and the maturity of her game now, she's sitting at 20 in the world, consolidated there. This is where this youngster's going to face a bit of a different test that she hasn't had in juniors, Parky, on this big stage as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and she won that one title that she's got so far in Japan. She had Anahat Singh in the final, but it was actually a walkover, believe it or not, for Salem to take that title. I'm not sure if it's an injury or illness for Singh.
Well, there's a familiar face, former world #1 world champion 2017, Raneem El-Walili. Certainly that will inspire this young 16-year-old.
What a wonderful player she was. Just so relaxed, wasn't she, Raneem? And it seems like this youngster, the way she's knocking up, is pretty relaxed too.
Time. Yeah, it's time.
So last chance now for the players to go back to their corners, prepare all of the work that's been put in heading into this match. Amira Yass is going to be in charge here. It's match referee, Jason Foster's the VR.
Amira looks very happy and relaxed there as well. Should be a good match.
Yeah, it's quite a young, fresh face as well into the reffing ranks, Parky.
15 seconds.
I don't know, we have Jason Foster, he's pretty young.
Al Mahal Squash Open 2025. Women's round 1 match. Ruqayya Salem of Egypt to serve. Alves of France to receive. Best of 5 games. Level.
Ruqayya Salem gets things going in this third match here. 4 matches on the glass court tonight. Round 1, nice drop shot finish there from Alves, chops it in, gets off to a flyer.
Two love.
She's so attacking, isn't she, Alves? But she's also prepared to be attritional and patient on there. She's certainly got the fitness to deal with long matches. She can play short ones as well. She's quite happy to chop it in if she gets the opportunities.
3 love.
It was a good testing rally, that one, and I was impressed with the way that Salem was able to keep bringing that ball back. She certainly winds up. Beautiful swing pattern on both sides.
It's a nice high prep, isn't it? I like the high prep, especially on that backhand side.
That was a double.
Just get the feeling quickly, I could be wrong about this, but Salem needs to be in a great position though all the time. She doesn't look like she'll sort of scramble much. She wants to be in the right position technically all the time, which of course, as you know, is not always possible, is it? Yeah, no, no doubt we'll get to find out when the ball's sort of coming around at her feet. She's got to make those adjustments, but it doesn't matter at the moment because Alves is marching on. Very organised out there. A lot of... Sorry, Johnny.
Go for it, mate.
Just a little bit of wind picking up as well.
Hand out 1-5.
Just suddenly on this glass court in Cairo. I remember once playing against Jan Shakan, and he hit what I thought was substandard length for him, so I left it, and then the wind just stopped it, and it became a perfect length. That was out by the pyramids, as if he needed any help from the weather. weren't as used to dealing with the outside conditions as the players are today.
Yeah, there weren't many events 30 years ago that where outdoor venues and those outside conditions were a factor. It was sort of like 2 or 3 times a year, probably.
Yeah, I think it just started to happen in the 90s. It really didn't happen much in the 80s, but in the 90s there was tournaments starting in Mumbai, and of course the Pyramids, the Alaram tournament in the mid-90s, and then it all started kicking off.
That was an interesting one because Alves miscued that a bit. The ball was not that tight, but Salem a lot slighter in frame. He sort of got caught behind a stronger opponent.
Yeah, I think if Alves has done her homework here, she'll realise that she's got to sort of cut the time down, the options down for Salem, because if she gets into a good position, she does have a nice technique. She's got good prep. It looks like you have to rush this youngster if possible, get her out of position. Well, she has a look at the referee there, Salem, but she got herself into a tricky position.
Yeah, too short with the length and just a bit of a bump on the way through. I do like the way that she's still just trying to go through and play it, though. We're seeing early signs that she's, even though she's definitely outsized, she's not afraid to sort of just push through. That ball's just gone out of court. There's that win you were talking about, Parky.
And out 4-7.
Just always seems to have the big swing, doesn't she, Salem? It's a nice swing, but I'm looking for the kind of adjustments. If she's able to do that, that's a little bit fortunate. We get the yellow, but it was landing nicely for her in that back right corner. But yeah, Johnny, just the improvisations, the adjustments, shorter swings, medium swings.
Yeah, a bit of subtle deception on that because every ball's sort of being sent long. We're not seeing that sudden change of pace, a short attack.
Yeah.
So Alves can sort of stay around that mid-court area. She's not getting stopped and then sent short.
So far, though, Salem's doing okay. Got away with it there. That was a loose post initially, but then that's a shocker from Alves, really, to put that into the tin.
Yeah, is it the pressure that's suddenly just sort of switched in the other direction as Salem? Oh, that's exactly what Alves wanted to do, but Salem's done it a lot better and leveled up.
Yeah, that return to serve was another shocker, really. At least it went above the 10, but it was a massive setup for the Egyptian. Oh, she's framed it. It was good. Alves thinking it had gone down, but it was definitely good.
Not sure that she was thinking that it had gone down. I think she was hoping.
She paid for the whole racket, so.
That is another dreadful error. So Alves is definitely feeling the pinch out there that this youngster, 16 years of age, given the wild card, is certainly not playing like 140 in the world at all against the world number 20. We're seeing some really good, solid hitting to the back of the court.
Well, she can do that, Alves. She can just sort of lose the focus. Not usually this early on in a match, but I've seen her do it occasionally in big matches.
Quickly, please. Hand out. 8-9.
Oh, the shot was on. She had Salem stuck on that left side, but costly error.
Game ball.
2 game balls now for the youngster.
Yeah, just tried to be a little bit too cute on that one. It's got to keep it simple, I feel, Alves. Yeah, she got herself stuck there. A bit of a loose shot as well from Salem.
Hand out 9-10 game ball.
That's the second time. The last 2 points that Alves has won, she's been strong on that right leg and then sort of threatened to go short and popped it down the wall. That's a lovely finish to level up. So she's just starting to show that experience. Take strong positions around the middle.
Yeah, a bit of a head nod there of determination from the French woman.
Stroke to Alves. There is no room to play the ball. There is no room to play the ball.
Well, she's feeling that way. She should have reviewed this.
11-10.
She didn't really
Could
clear.
have, yeah. That's a good hit. She really is a good striker of the ball, isn't she, Salem?
Yeah, there's a sweetness there coming out of the racket as that ball was sent short. Haven't seen too much of that yet, but
Hand out 11-all.
nice switch up.
Just want to see what she's like on a short volley drop shot, Salem. See if she's got it in the locker. She's doing pretty well so far. We just stayed in. It's a tight ball.
And that's exactly what you're referring to there. That swing was for that tight ball, the defensive work here. We've got that same swing pattern, high racket prep, and quite loose
But
with
also
the swing.
fast as well.
Yeah.
She needs to slow that down, doesn't she, when the ball's tight? Just those variations, not just to attack, but to defend. Get herself out of sticky situations.
Yes, lad. 12-11 game ball. Stroke to Alves.
And Alves wraps it up quite nicely there. She was 10-8 game ball down, but she just had that extra gear in her just to be able to use strength around the middle and use that body strength to just shut her younger opponent out. Certainly interesting game there as Ruqayya Salem presented herself quite well. 12 minutes, but 1 game to love for the French woman.
Well, it was a good start for Salem. We've not really seen much of the youngster. Nice technique, as we were saying. Good setup, sweet hitter of the ball when she's got time, which seemed to be most of this first game. Alves not really troubling her as much as she should have. There was a real part in the middle where Alves lost the concentration, but she got it back, and the French woman leads by 1 game to love.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Alves leads 1 game to level.
Well, number 20 with that 1-love lead was down 10-8 in the first game, then had to just put in a bit of a rescue mission. It's a beautiful shot. Nice fine cut on that boast. We saw it on the backhand in game 1 as well.
And there, Johnny, that's where I'm talking about the kind of adjustments. It was an awkward shot, but the very best players will be able to kind of adjust to those awful bounces.
Yeah, no, we've seen a bit of evidence of it. That's going to be a stroke. She just clipped there on the arm there.
She's tough, Alves.
The watch, actually.
Just checking it's still working.
And out 2-0. Down. 3-2.
Solid start for Alves. Still 16-year-old. Doesn't look like there's going to be any physical drop-off, and that's a beautiful shot down the line. Got that penetrating length. She needs those shots, though, doesn't she? She needs those sort of options, Parky, because we're not seeing, you know, around the mid-court area, we're not seeing a lot of sort of sharp volleys or changes going in short, a hold drop. That's not in the repertoire.
No. No, I mean, that shot was excellent, but she needs the options, I think, as the months and years wear on, as she tries to go up the rankings.
Yeah, the basics is where Alves is winning. We're seeing those kind of forced errors, if you will, in the back corners, but the inability of Salem to deal with the trickier balls. This is that nice buffer that Alves has.
Stroke to Salem.
But still, just the odd error keeping
4-5.
Salem in touch. Not happy about that one, but we're seeing her get stuck on quite a few occasions when the cross-court goes short to Alves' forehand. She's stepping across and then just holding that line strong.
Yeah, she's so good there, Alves. Pretty much made a career out of that shot. So strong on the ball.
Did she get that? Ball
she may have
jagged out of the neck.
Down. And out 5-6. Down.
Took the shot on difficult from that position. She was leaning, the ball was sort of pushing her backwards and she had to jam the wrist under it.
Again, Johnny, I just think a slightly shorter swing would have been helpful there.
Yes, lad. 7-5.
Yeah, you think with the technical qualities that she's showing, Salem, that is, that's you know, that's an addition to a game that can be made, you know, and worked on. Because
definitely, yeah. I mean, it's a bit like a golfer, isn't it? Just having the drive and having having no sort of putting shots or chips onto the green. You know, it's just one driving swing.
Yeah, the wedge game needs to be worked on.
Exactly.
Was both players just opting for a bit of a towel break, but we've had a fair amount of play, I think, and 8-5 on the scoreboard, first time in this game.
Yeah, it's fair enough on that occasion. I think it's good when both players go together, isn't it?
Right on, there it is again. Just the inability with that back wall shot to shorten that swing and just get the forearm and wrist working under and around the ball.
Get the hand up the handle a little bit as well and flick it out, short swing. You know, you've got to try and find a way, haven't you? Sometimes just to get the ball out in an unorthodox way.
Well, this ball went deep. The referee's got it right here. She's just sort of trying to take the easy path here across, and that ball's bounced at the back of the service box. And
yeah, she was a bit exasperated there, the 16-year-old. She was breathing heavy, but unfortunately for her, she just got stuck going the wrong line there. It's the right decision.
Null at the session. Uphill. Salem has one review remaining. 10-5 game ball.
Well, no hiccups here in this game. Alves has just tightened up her base game, and we've seen the odd error here or there, but for the better part, she's just dominating that mid-court area and exposing the technical sort of deficits that Salem has in the back corners in particular.
Hand out. 6-10 game ball.
I was actually thinking, Parky, that there's not one shot from Salem other than the Bose that have gone really short. There's not been one drop shot, a volley drop, that's actually been held and then stuck in the front corners.
No, and she just tried to play one there and it hit the tin. It was pretty ambitious though.
Melissa Alves starting to assert herself here, got more control in that game. 22 minutes, has a healthy 2 games to love lead against the 16-year-old from Egypt.
Yeah, Alves off to a much better start in this second game, a lot more accurate and just tightening up her game, hitting the targets much better. You can see from these clips here that pretty much everything is going where she wants it to go, and just sort of highlighting the weaknesses of the technique, or the limitations from the youngster, Tula Alves.
They will resume in 60 seconds. They will resume in 30 seconds. Seconds. Court serves, please. Court serves. Please, we need a dry towel.
Well, Johnny, I think, as you can see on the right-hand side of the court there, somebody's actually wet mopped the court, which is a bit of a problem. And it's gonna dry pretty quick, obviously in these conditions, but we're gonna have an accelerated dry from this chap. Players can't play on that for a few minutes.
لو سمحت.
He could have stayed on for a bit longer, you feel? Players happy to go back on there and have a little knock-up while it's, you can see it's drying before our eyes.
You remember when World Championships 2022, and we were at the club that ElSherbini is
Get 4 serves again, please.
the manager at, and Ralph Herrenberg was the referee, and someone did exactly that. They came on and wet mopped you. It's classic, classic Squash TV commentary. You must watch it.
I will. Was that outdoor as well?
Yeah, it was outdoor.
You okay, Miss Alves? Can we start? It looks good for me. Level.
Well, the court looks pretty dry now, Johnny. Ready to go?
Yeah, that's the great thing here in this heated environment. It just
Level.
dries it up very quickly. Melissa Alves will be looking to continue on her merry way here.
Body language of Salem is good, though. It's looking positive.
Down.
Yeah, it's keeping it pretty tight there, Salem.
Down. 1 love.
Yeah, there's an ease and sort of smoothness about the way she plays. It's going to be a stroke, so she's off to a good start. It's just not backed up by those adjustments with the ability to carve the ball in short, especially off pace, and be able to sort of absorb the energy and leave the ball really in good positions around the front. That's a lovely 1-2 combination, straight kill, and
1-2.
force that loose pick up from Salem, and then she finishes it with a beautiful cross court.
Down. 2-0.
Nice change of angles there from Alves, and a beautiful kill on the backhand side.
3-2.
A bit like Camille Serm, that flat backhand. She was back playing for France in the European Team Championships in Poland. Great to see her back. I think that ball stayed in there from Alves. Might be an ask from Salem. Should she lose this rally?
Down.
If she doesn't.
And out 3-0. Down. And out 4-3.
We could see in that drop shot attempt there is that she wanted to play it short, but that just increases the risk too much. And
well, there wasn't the confidence there, was there? You know, that's why it hit the top of the tin, and she was annoyed with herself.
Oh, that's a nice jaggy bounce there out of the corner.
Take that any day of the week.
just opted to try and sort of stop the racket head on that one and chop it in. But has not been able to find those marks, the youngster, with her short game.
Stroke to Alves.
Alves is really starting to skip away here. 7-3 in the third game.
7-3.
Lucky one there off the frame. You know, what I was thinking though, Parky, is that with Salem in particular, when you look at how she's built quite slight, you know, and there's no real, she's at 16, so there's a lot of, you know, development that will come in terms of her body maturing as she gets older. But I know a lot of the European players that we've seen, they don't possess that kind of speed that these players have. She's still got a lot of raw speed there.
Oh yeah, she does. I mean, let's not forget she's playing against a very, very seasoned campaigner in Alves, someone who is a fantastic athlete, very explosive, and she's holding her own, the 16-year-old. No, I mean, we're saying that she's got limitations, but that's a good thing, and you can see what she can work on. She's got a good basic technique. That is a wonderful returner serve.
8-5.
She's got a good basic technique in terms of a drive, but she could just work on the shorter swing, the different swings and the drop shots and the touch. She could be a fantastic player. She's already a very good player, especially for a 16-year-old, but she's got a lot of potential. And of course, with, as you say, with the strength and the extra training that she'll get, and just getting older, 18 to 20, I think that's where a lot of this kind of strength develops, playing more on the adult tour as well, the PSA Squash Tour.
Yeah, she's shown a good account of herself, but Alves, consummate professional, just putting a good finish in here in this third game. That'll give her confidence going into the next round. Still 5 match balls now.
Yeah, I thought she cleared. It was a poor shot from Salem, but she cleared very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of space there. Gee whiz.
I mean, there is a case of, for a no-let, isn't there? But yeah, it's just the speed at which you maybe wanted to twist that cross-court. Maybe the follow-through as well.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason, yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm not surprised by that. Interesting that Alves reviews that.
Alves has 1 review remaining.
If I finish this swing,
there is a room to play.
100%.
There is enough room to play the ball. Hand out 6-10.
Interesting response as well. 4 match balls though.
Yeah, not happy with that, but she's got plenty of points to play with here, Alves. Not that she'll hang around to try and get this done, but it's a stay of execution there for Salem.
7-10 match ball.
It's well straightened there, the youngster. Really battling hard here, which is good to see.
Oh, she's leaned across, taking a strong position. Alves wants to review this one as well.
Player review.
Problem for Alves here, Parky, is that ball is loose. That's a volley cross court that has not hit its mark at the back at all. Did Salem move forward a little bit off the ball though?
I'm not sure she did much wrong there. There's a bit of hip movement, a bit of hip contact, but yeah, you feel she. It's a bit sinister there.
Just no. Oh, it's a very harsh word. I think that she's just. There is a bit of a hip check there, which Alves feels knocked her off balance, and that's why the let's been given.
Miss Salem, you have to clear your direct line for your opponent.
And the message was sent out as well, so clearly the VR was also just not completely happy about that movement from Salem.
Trouble here, Johnny. Thought she might take it in, but she's staying patient here, Alves. Oh, that's a nice kill. I just needed to be a bit flatter and slower on that, brush that ball off the side wall, but tight work there from Alves, and a nice embrace between the two.
Yeah, it was a great effort from the youngster. She showed that there's a lot of raw talent there. 36 minutes, and Melissa Alves certainly had to work in that first game, saved a couple of game balls, but then after that in games 2 and 3, she took control. I'm going to hear with the MC now, Laman El Galal. She has a chat with Melissa Alves, the winner.
Congratulations, Melissa. You secured your title here today. You've recently clinched titles at the Cape Town Open and the Vancouver Open. How do you maintain such a high level of performance across different continents and tournaments?
No, the goal this season was to win tournaments, and so I went for lower, events, I guess, smaller events, sorry, just to get some wins and confidence so I can come into these tournaments without so much pressure, playing the wild card, the local. So happy with my season, and let's end it in a good way. I think today was a good performance for me, not easy conditions, especially playing a player that I don't think I've seen her play before, just a couple of matches I found on YouTube, but that's it. So I'm happy with the win today.
And how do you maintain your motivation at this point in your career, and especially when you're playing against younger athletes, newer athletes?
But unless you're number one in the world, there is always room for improvement, right? Even if you're number one, I guess so. The motivation is just to get better every tournament, every day actually, and then every season try to improve my ranking. And the motivation is to have my family here, and they came all the way from French Guiana to Egypt to watch me play. So that's a big help of motivation, right? So thanks to them.
Well, congratulations, Melissa. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're going to take another 2 minutes for the court, and we're going to go on for our final game of the evening.
Well, that's great to see that Melissa Alves has got her family here supporting her in Cairo, and it was a good performance, a solid performance from the French woman in the end. Bit of a challenge actually from the 16-year-old. She's had a lot of potential, the young player, up against Alves, but Alves just proving a little bit too strong in the end. Tight shot finishing off the match. She's through to round 2.
And Melissa Alves getting the nod of approval there from the world champ herself in the form of Ranim El Walili. A few tips as well, perhaps, doesn't hurt. So 3 matches down here tonight in this round 1 action, and the last match, once again, will be the wild card. Mohamed Gohar, the brother of Nouran Gohar, up against Mohamed ElSherbini. So we'll be back shortly to go through that one with you. It'll be myself and Simon Park once again.
Drop in.
Taste of his own medicine there.
Georgina Kennedy is not playing badly here by any means. This is someone getting outplayed by El Hammamy. Defensive stuff from that front left from Hammamy. It's been sublime so far.
This is actually art. It's beautiful to watch this.
That's a clever shot from Masal, giving him some time. This is brutal. This is a lung buster. Oh, he's got it!
Hold up. Hold up.
Also the clear, full commitment, control making. TJ scored 2 tries there, didn't he, for Wales?
Oh, it's inch perfect. Inch perfect. What a shot. What a shot to finish. Look at that embrace as well. Wonderful between the two of them. I mean, that's the way you want to see squash played.
Oh, that was a tough rally.
Yeah, looking to inject some pace into the game.
Backing down either.
Oh, it's like finished.
There it is. Amina Orfi is your new World Junior Champion.
Just at the right time for El Walili.
What's a huge rally, absolutely crucial.
Level.
Into the last match now, another battle of the Egyptians. Mohamed ElSherbini from Alexandria, Sal from Cairo.
That was nice.
Thank you. Oh. Hand out.
That's nicely done. The ball was
One
actually out of court from the back wall bows. So you're going Ali Farag to win this one.
If conditions change. Because it's gonna heat right up, by the way. Final's gonna be about 30 degrees.
2 love.
Can't wait for that in the studio.
In comparison to right now, it's 20. It's cold. It's freezing, actually. 20 degrees. Freezing by Alguna standards. Yeah, I just think he's had the rest. He didn't play Optasia. Yeah, he's in
Done.
He's in a very good place here,
3
Asal.
love.
He's got that composure, that focus, the balance between the relaxedness, but dialed into what he's trying to do with the ball. Hitting at a nice pace, not coming out blasting it, but just working the ball around the court.
Full love.
Good accuracy there from the raging one. It's actually very, very calm and smooth. He's obviously full of confidence. Kind of an exhibition mode here.
Yeah, he's come out to put on a show, hasn't he?
Done. 5 love. Right side. No lid.
No lid there, and
Player review ElSherbini on the no-let decision.
let's have a look here, Lisa. Original decision there being a no lit.
Yeah, I don't think he took the right.
See what happens. We'll have a good look at this one.
See why it's given as an all-let. It's just, look, the no-let given probably because he's gone more for a Sal than
Yes,
the ball.
let. Decision overruled. ElSherbini has 2 reviews remaining.
Yeah.
5 love.
Good look at that one, and still a 5 love lead for Asal.
Down. 6 love. Hand out. 1-7.
Well, much needed point on the board there for ElSherbini.
Yeah, right smile. Oh.
Very measured, isn't it? You said Cam, which I definitely agree with, but it's measured, calculated. He's not just out there having fun. I mean, he probably is, but it's all very well thought through.
I think he's going to win this event. I do. I think he'll win this event. Unless it gets extraordinarily hot.
Yeah, which it is going to.
Is it?
But I do feel that that is the only way that Ali Farah will win. It's accurate.
9-1. down. 10-1, game ball.
Well, they're all right to be looking quite perky at 10-1 in the first. No stresses, no worries in this first round encounter. The younger brother was given the wild card, Marwan. He lost out 3-1.
So good down this backhand wall. Oh, yes. She's thrown a few of those in throughout the match, and what better time to find a lovely floaty backhand drop right off the back wall.
Unleashing another forehand cross-court nick winner.
Well, it's the movement that allows her to be able to get into that position. Is outplaying Tina Gillis is with a bit of the deception and the hold, particularly around the mid backhand area. She's able to hold it and then just punch it deep. And that's making Gillis check her movement. It's also taken a bit out of the legs. Wow.
That was a bit cool. Always got an opportunity to represent Belgium when it comes to tennis. Check this topspin out. Say.
Absolutely ridiculous. That's unbelievable. We've not seen this style. Oh, yes, please. Do drop in.
Another lovely variation from Masal.
Oh my God!
And that's 2-10, game ball.
2-10. Yeah, Yusuf Solomon, who's managed to come back from an injury himself.
Three 10, game ball.